Hi, I'm Stacey Herrera of the Sensuality Project, and I wanted to tell you a story. So, not too long ago, I was making dinner. I volunteered to make dinner for my family, and my daughter, who is a grown up, made a request. She said, I'd like to also have some steamed broccoli and some sauteed mushrooms. And my knee jerk reaction was to get irritated. And I was just like, you always have extras. And let me just point out that I always have extras, and my daughter accommodates a lot of my extras. But my initial reaction was, you always have extras. And I saw this hurt wash over her face. And when I saw that, it created a response within me. And I immediately got defensive because my initial response was shame. But my response to the shame was defense. So she said, that's okay. And I said, nope, you want it, you getting it. And she was like, well, I don't even want it now. And I was like, well, you're getting it anyway. So the shame caused me to defend myself, and I didn't soften, even though I saw the hurt and it triggered something inside of me. So it took me a few minutes, after the exchange. So maybe, 2 or 3 minutes later, when the irritation and the defense kind of started to melt away, I said, I'm sorry. My response, my delivery was terrible. And she was kind of, I could still see that she was still hurt. And she was just kind of like, that's okay. And I was like, no, it's not okay. It's not okay, because that wasn't loving. I went on to make dinner, which included the things she requested. And the next morning, I had time to sit with it. And the next morning, when I saw her and said good morning, I said, I want you to know I'm really sorry for my delivery and the things I said to you yesterday. I'm sorry it was hurtful. And she said, that's okay. And I said, no, it's not okay. I don't get a pass. I'm sorry that I responded that way. And I can't say that I love you if I'm going to behave unlovingly. Now, I could have said, like, oh, I don't have the capacity for that. Or I was kind of just wanting to make these other things. But that's not what I said. I knee jerked, and I was hurtful. So the reason I'm telling you this story is because no matter how long we've been doing the work, we still fall short, and that's okay. Falling short is okay. What matters is the cleanup, the showing up, the awareness that it takes to own the fact that we did something that wasn't okay, to own the fact that we did something that created harm. That takes awareness. And so you have to be able to see that in yourself. And then you have to be able to reflect enough to apologize. And so I want you to think about a time when you fell short, or you said something and an apology was warranted. How did you respond? What did you do? Did you offer yourself grace? Right? Did you offer yourself grace? And what was that experience like for you? So just go through your mental Rolodex and be reminded of a time when something like that happened and you responded poorly. What did you do? How did you respond? How did you clean it up with the other person? But more importantly, how did you, or did you even offer grace to yourself? I'd love to hear about your experience.